She is the senator from Minnesota who's running for the Democratic nomination for president. She had a very good week. Amy Klobuchar. Wow, you did have a good week, huh? See?
Yes, I'm ready to come to California.
I was going to say, well, sure, that's where the money is. That's
for the votes.
The votes, well, this state's in the bag. We don't care about this state.
It's a Super Tuesday state.
Oh, for the nomination?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about winning. I'm sorry. Crazy me. But, hey, you got the real-time bounce.
Yes.
You're on.
Oh.
Yeah.
That means something.
You're on a couple of months ago. And now, I don't know, if I was you, I would say, saying to myself, I've been waiting my whole life to hear the word surging next to my name. Exactly. You are surging. Do you like surging? And why are you surging?
It's much better than not surging.
Yeah.
And I think it is because, for me, as you know, I didn't have the biggest bank account. I still don't.
Right.
Not the loudest voice, not the tallest one. And despite the Bloomberg back and forth with the president, where the president claimed he was 5'4", I am the only one that is truly 5'4".
Thomas Jefferson was 5'4".
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is a president that was 5'4",
yeah.
Jefferson.
That's when dudes were 5'4".
So, but I think for me what it is one, I've got the receipts. I've made the case that I am the one that has repeatedly led a ticket and won and brought in moderate Republicans, independents, as well as a fired-up Democratic base. I've done that repeatedly. That's what we want to win big against this guy.
I admire anybody who can get up every day and say the same line.
No.
I know. I'm glad you're doing
It's true.
it. I'm just saying. I'm saying I admire it.
Okay, but
it must be grueling. It must be like Groundhog Day. Every day you have to say. No, of course you got to beat it into their heads.
Some people say the lines. I've actually lived them.
I know.
That is a difference. Right. And then the second thing is. That I think in the debate, that gave me the opportunity to, one, repeatedly show I'm tough enough to take on the president, and two, make the case that this is also about having someone that can put themselves in the shoes of the regular people in this country, because this president has no empathy. He cannot do that.
No, he doesn't.
He always thinks about himself first.
Well, okay, but then why do 83% of farmers, now you know farmers, you're from Minnesota, they have farmers? Sure, everybody.
A lot of farmers. We're fifth in the country.
Freaking New Jersey has farmers. Everybody's got farmers. Okay.
We're a big farm state.
Okay, so why do 83% of farmers say they're for Trump?
Well, that's where they may be in the past. I don't think that's where they're going to be in 2016. And
no, 2020.
And where they were in 2016, I don't think it's going to be where they are in 2020. Wow. And let me make the case. There's been a 25% increase in farm bankruptcies. It's not just the farmers, it's the rural economy.
So why isn't that's the point? Why isn't that reflected in the number of farmers who are against him?
Oh, because they have to have a candidate running against him that does not see the Midwest as flyover country. And I'm going to be able to say to him on the debate stage, farm bankruptcies up 25%. You're not doing anything on child care in the rural areas or child poverty. And you are treating the people in the middle of the country like they are poker chips in one of your bankrupt casinos.
With all,
instead of, and for me...
With all due respect...
For me, they're my friends and neighbors.
With all due respect, Democrats have been pitching that for a while, and it doesn't work on a lot of people who it should work. I agree. Rationally, that is the argument. I'm asking you, why doesn't it sink in?
Well, but
why
remember,
do they not trust that?
Let's think about what happened in some of the races around the country. 2 congressional seats in Iowa in 2018, here are my proof points, right, went to Democrats. Because it was a check on Donald Trump. It was an economic check, but it was also a decency check, a patriotism check. Laura Kelly is now the governor of Kansas. She beat Chris Kobach. Gretchen Whitmer is now the governor of Michigan. Look at those seats in Orange County. Look where Jackie Rosen got elected in Nevada.
We don't know these people.
Well, that's the point.
I know. But I'm just telling you.
Now you have made my point for me, Bill Maher. They are not celebrities. They don't have the biggest bank account. But they won.
But see,
because people could relate to them as a candidate.
I'm just saying, when you go, Herb Kleinerman, and the people are like, yeah, that's why she's inside D.C., because she thinks we know this.
No, I'm making the point. The people in those states know exactly what I'm talking about. You can have Democrats that bring people with them instead of shutting them out.
Well,
and those are the people that won.
As long as you were talking to swing states, I'm good with it. Because you do have to get those states, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now here's the thing with the Democratic Party, and what we've been hearing all week is Bernie Sanders won in New Hampshire, but the people in the moderate lane, and I'm sure this drives you crazy because it lumps you, and people don't like to be lumped, so I'm sorry, but the truth is that America likes our contests like our sports. There's got to be an American conference and a national conference, so we have a Super Bowl. In the Democratic Party, it's the far left, right, the progressive, whatever they want to call it, and then the moderate lane, even though all you moderates are quite progressive. So moderates together, you got too many in your lane. You got you and Pete and Biden and Bloomberg coming in. And then Bernie's all alone in that lane.
Yeah, they're all B's, and A comes before B. Yeah. So.
All right. But you know what I'm saying? Your lane is actually winning, but Bernie's winning the actual battle because he's the only one in his lane. When you combine the moderates, they're like 2-1 over the far left.
Well,
what do you do about that?
First of all, Elizabeth's in his lane, and secondly...
Not much anymore.
Okay.
They kind of consolidated
all right,
that. They used to have
that.
your problem.
Okay, so secondly, this is a primary. We've only had 2 small states go. Nevada's next, then South Carolina, then Super Tuesday, which includes California. So you don't want to winnow it down and just say, hey, little people in the lane, you go away, because we're going to give it to the billionaires and the guy everyone knows. I don't think that's democracy. I think you have to figure out, when you look at who has won in the past and led a ticket to victory, a peanut farmer in Georgia, right? Bill Clinton, a guy named Barack Obama that people didn't think were going to win. I mean, I think you can't just make that decision based on these dynamics right now. You have to let the people look at the candidates and make a decision. Okay,
so how do you think Trump, if you're the candidate, will attack you? Because he's never attacked you, to my knowledge.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, he has? What does he say? You have a nickname?
No, when I announced...
Oh, you got to get one. You're nobody unless you got a nickname.
No, Bill. When I announced in the middle of that blizzard in Minnesota with 4 inches of snow on my head and talked about climate change, he quickly tweeted out that making fun of me for talking about climate change in a blizzard, which makes no sense, and then called me Snow Woman. So then I tweeted back, which will give you a sense of how I'm going to deal with him, because I think you need humor to deal with this guy. And he uses humor, even though he's not one bit funny. I wrote back this. I said, the science is on my side, Donald Trump, and I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard.
So that's what we have on our side. Rapier Wit tweets very enthusiastic audiences in liberal cities. Here's what he has. Military, police, and then he throws in the bikers. Oh, no? So, okay, I'm going to ask this question because I ask it of every Democratic politician who comes on here.
I just want to make clear, I have built the coalition with a lot of groups that aren't traditionally in our party, and I think if we bring them in a big way, as well as our fired-up base, we win.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Okay, let's go.
I'm saying you win.
Okay,
you win.
Great. I'm glad we agree.
That's different than him leaving. That's what I want to know. What is the plan? And I think we need to start talking about it now, because it's very hard for me to imagine you winning the electoral vote, fair and square, and him sending out a congratulatory telegram. Great. So glad you won. We had a good match, and let me tell you where I keep the important papers. He's not leaving. These people are not going to give up power. What is the plan if he says, I find irregularities, the people who ran it in Iowa screwed it up again, I have to stay, it was rigged? He's already said this many times. What do you do then?
The first thing you do is now. You start now, and that is to win big, which I believe will help. And now just don't. Secondly, come on, you win all these states in the country, it's harder for him to say. Secondly, you make sure that we have backup paper ballots. You push for, those are my bills. You do everything to protect our
We're
elections.
living in the era of fake news.
Okay.
And there's no facts anymore. It's just about power.
We have always had a peaceful transition of power in this country.
Always have had.
We have.
Correct.
And
we
I
are now
believe-
in a different world.
When you have the people on your side in a big way.
Oh, he has a lot of
and
people on his side, the ones with the guns.
I think we'll do this. I
Okay.
think that the law,
I hope I'm
what we
wrong.
have to unite on as a country is that the rule of law cannot handle 4 more years of a guy that thinks he's above it. Democracy
Will you at least
can't
start
handle...
asking the people in power, like the police and the military, what would you do if he said he wouldn't leave? Would you at least start asking them, get them on the record?
I think that
Okay, all right.
you need that transition. And one other thing I'd like to add is that every single Republican I've run against in my entire career has left politics for good and never returned. So
right.
that might, I mean, it's just a fact.
Great good luck. Congratulations
Okay,
on your
thank you,
surge.
Bill. That was great.
Amy Klobuchar.